Did you guys know that you can actually get a cadaver? Like when people die and when they donate their bodies to science, it's not technically always science. It's often put up on a market where anyone can buy things. And so there was this guy in, I think, Portland, and he rented out different embassy suites lobbies, or like they're not their lobbies but their meeting rooms, and he was like, for Halloween, come see a live autopsy. This man was not a doctor. He did not, he like charged several $100s a ticket, and people bought tickets to see this live autopsy, and he did it for a while until some people were like, I don't know if this is okay, but it is
The
legally.
maids were like, "There's not enough lemon pledge in the world." After this.
Yeah,
Well, I
so
have an idea. I have an idea for a new Patreon endeavor that we're gonna undergo.
Buy a corpse. We're
Yeah.
gonna buy a
Uh,
corpse.
no, it's a cadaver if we're gonna do work on it, Jeffrey.
What is the difference?
It's a corpse when Josh goes and has his fun Josh time. It's a cadaver when we buy it for medical purposes.
Fun Josh time is a wild way to insinuate that I am a necrophiliac. But I did have
I
a moment
actually,
but he
in
did.
college where this is a good memory between me and Max, where I was doing a bio course, and the prof, I won't say his first name, but Potts, our Avery and I hold him dear. He's in a couple like well-known chimpanzee documentaries.
He's a
Um,
sex god.
and he is a sex god, and he works with
Sex
monsters
god.
because chimpanzees should be exterminated. But that's a whole nother, that's a different topic. But he asked the class, he was like, anybody want to work with cadavers? And it was me and this other freak. We were like, yes. And so they took us into this side room that just like just absolutely stunk of formaldehyde. And we got to work with cadavers for like the entire extent of the rest of that class, where like everyone else was just like outside, just like filling in fucking like bubbles and shit, and we got to work with cadavers, and it was nuts. And that guy, he like one time, like the TA left the room, and he turned to me and he was like, wouldn't it be fucked up if we didn't see the cadaver's dick? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, I don't know, like we've seen everything else, but he's got this because they put a towel over it, like for like modesty for dead people. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I kind of agree with him, but like he was like, wouldn't it be fucked up if we didn't see his dick? We've seen everything else, but we didn't see his dick. And I was like, I actually don't need to see his dick. So when the TA came back in, he was like, can we see his dick? And she was like, I mean, sure. Like, if you, yeah, like it's not, there's nothing, like there's no law against it. Do you want to? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, actually, I'll see it too. So we looked at the dead guy's dick. Huge. Anyway, after one of those classes, I went to go talk to people, and Max was there in the green room under the theater building, which was a shitty, like it was like the worst building on campus. It was garbage. It was like red brick falling apart, smelled like chlorine because it used to be a pool. And I was talking with Max. I was like, I worked with the cadavers, and Max was like, "What's that like?" And like, and I said, it made me really hungry, because it did. It made me super hungry. I was like, oh, they look like beef jerky. Actually, they look like turkey jerky, and they kind of smell like turkey jerky. And Max pulled me aside, and in like one of the most serious Max moments I've ever had with him, he looked at me and he was like, Josh, that's the kind of thing you can't say to people.
So,
Max,
I mean,
Like,
you
he was like,
introduced
I'm
this,
gonna help you.
he took on
you
a role of
introduced this.
like for the first time ever, he was like, I'm gonna be a dad. And he was like, Josh, listen, you can't say that kind of shit.
You're my friend, and I cannot have people talking about you and have me associated with it.
Later, I
Two
learned
things.
that
Oh,
formaldehyde actually, it triggers the hunger center in your brain and makes you hungry. And so it was a completely natural response.
okay.
That still
Things
doesn't
about
mean you should say it out loud. You know what? Keep going. Yeah, go ahead, Max.
you called this a good memory, and I will refute two parts of it. I don't know how good it is, and it's also not a memory shared between us because I have no recollection of this, but I'm glad that I was there. And second of all, that was a very natural role for me to take because it wasn't a dad role. I've told you about my psychopath friend when I was in elementary school who
Right.
would
Miss
who
him.
really wanted to, like, he had like killer fantasies, and he was diagnosed as a psychopath, and he would make me carry his BBs while he killed birds, and then he tried to shove the dead birds in my mouth. And I apologize if you are watching this, my man. You're still walking around Chicago. My friends still see you a lot, and I think you might be aware that I've actually never mind. I'm not. I'm gonna stop talking. But um, he told me in like fifth grade that I had to be his like therapist who taught him how to appear normal so no one would know. So for like 4 years, I would just be like, that's not something I would say. So you should keep that one in the notebook that you keep of your kill fantasies. And now I'm like, I probably shouldn't have helped him. But I was scared and he held knives to me a lot. So on that note, welcome to episode 23 of the Gaslight Game Show, the only character-driven game show with real-world consequences. This is episode 23, Mammal Cum. Fuck you, that's the name. Every week, a movie is selected, and we all watch it. And every week, each of our 3 contestants writes their own review for that movie. But, and here's the twist, not as themselves. They must concoct brand new characters and write in their voices. Before each episode, they swap their creations amongst themselves. They read each other's work here, live, for the first time, responding to questions as the characters they wrote for one another. The catch, I have to guess who originally wrote what. Every episode has a winner and a loser. Winners get rewarded and losers get punished. No one's safe, not even me. As always, our contestants are Josh Horst.
Hello.
Avery Baker.
Yeehaw.
And I'm your host, Max McCune. This week, we have a featured guest, Jeffrey Nolan. Jeffrey, would you please tell everyone a bit about yourself?
Hello.
Hello. All right. Today, for episode 23, Jeffrey elected that we watch fucking Hamilton, the fucking recording of Hamilton, the musical on fucking Disney Plus. I literally hope Disney sues us for this, and then Jeffrey will be happy because apparently what he wants is to ruin the show anyway. What the fuck? But before we discuss fucking Hamilton, we have some business to attend to. Josh, what time is it?
Punishment time.
It is punishment time. That is correct. Last week, Jeffrey won, but with winners come losers, and last week, Josh lost. And what do losers get?
Losers get punished.
That is right. Losers get punished. You lost, and as a punishment, you have to smile the entire episode from the moment I say go until the moment the new winner is announced. Josh, are you ready to say cheese?
Yes.
Great. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a
That's what I'm looking for.
What a glowing.
Crazy that this is a punishment.
What a glowing
That's
smile.
That's
This
Josh's
fits in-
secret smile.
This fits in nicely with the discussions of psychopathy and dead bodies earlier.
It's his
I love
it's
the
his,
hollowness to this.
it's
Just so you
his
guys know,
shy smile. His shy
all of us-
secret
He's
smile.
shy.
All of us, no bystander effect in assuming everyone else is going to look for his smiling. Okay, we all take our part and we all constantly monitor. Okay,
Honestly, Josh smiling is making me want to smile. I'm just in a better mood. Every
Josh,
every time that little guy comes out, it feels like the sun is emerging from behind the clouds.
I love that Jeffrey's like, I'll risk it all for this. Like I'm
Yeah, I
willing. I'm
love
willing
this.
to know that this will end, and maybe I will too. I think that's sweet.
Josh, as a man on the street would say to any woman, you should smile more. This is nice. Now, before we hear what these psychopaths wrote, we're going to chat about the movie. On IMDb, the synopsis for Hamilton is the real life of one of America's foremost founding fathers and first Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, captured live on Broadway from the Richard Rodgers Theater with the original Broadway cast. Sure, we all have a lot to say. Let's hear it. Who wants to kick us off?
It
My
was
face
Jeffrey's
is
movie.
already tired. I'm already tired.
My cheeks hurt.
You got to commit to him more.
I am committing. I'm
I-
smiling.
I know people have talked about like in recent years, like should we have made something that's so that raises up a bunch of slave owners and like puts them on a pedestal for us to look up to, and people have said, should we have done that? And maybe instead people should have written a story about like actual POC and lift up that story. And that's all really good. Like that's super good feedback, and definitely we should have. That being said, this musical rips. It's so good. Holy fuck. I forgot. I haven't listened to this in years. It's just good. It's so well made. They do a killer job. I had a great time. I remembered way more of it than I thought I would. Um, I'm gonna give it a 9. Like
Wow.
again, like iffy, like why are we praising the slaveholders? But just on like a level of craft,
Yeah.
it's so good.
A few years out removed from it coming out, so I really wanted to be a big Hamilton hater when it first came out, because I hate social
Sure.
justice. Just kidding. I just think it was too much, and nothing was worse than being in a theater program at a college than when Hamilton came out. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, agreed.
Like I was in a Chicago high school when Chance the Rapper started getting famous. That was awesome. The exact inverse of it is being in a theater program when Hamilton came out. I was like, please separate me from this environment. But I saw it the summer it came to Chicago, and I will say I was like, this is pretty fucking good. It's a good musical. I was curious to watch. I was not looking forward to it given the Hamilton fatigue, just exhausted by it. I was far enough removed that I tried to just watch it without all that, and I'm like, you know what? Pretty banger musical. I think the rap stuff felt kind of cool and innovative at the beginning. And Josh, you can't use your hands to smile. You have to smile. You have to smile. You have
I
to
tried
smile
not
here.
interrupting. I'm sorry, Max.
But that's like if Jeffrey used the chair to do pull-up.
You'd be so mad at him.
I don't like any of the slow songs, but that happens to me in a lot of musicals. I don't care about the romantic stuff and the kid stuff or when they're fucking dying. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I like Lafayette. I like when he comes and does his shit. Also, shout out Daveed Diggs. He was one of my favorite rappers before Hamilton. He's a great rapper. He was just like in a rap group called Clipping. Everyone should listen to it, like noise rap. So it was really funny to me when he got cast in Hamilton. Kills it. And I'll give it like honestly, I'll give it like a 7.5. I think it's pretty good. I don't hate it the way Josh hates it. And I do think it had a bad impact culturally where I'm like, this is fucking annoying. And it gave way too much power to like latte liberals to post quotes from it on Facebook all the time. And Lin-Manuel Miranda has the single most annoying voice that has existed on the planet Earth and one of the worst, just not a bad stage presence in that he doesn't have one, just I don't like his stage presence. I don't like looking at Lin-Manuel Miranda and I don't like hearing Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It's crazy how he does the song Dear Theodosia where he duets with Leslie Odom Jr. and it's crazy the difference in quality of their voices. Like it's like you wrote it. You wrote it, and like to be fair, if you want to be a lead on Broadway and you're like, well, just write the show. That's a pretty good way to do it. But making him sing directly opposite Leslie Odom Jr., it's awful to listen to him.
And it's not like go ahead.
I also know I've spoken a lot, but I will say one more thing, which is that he just got started getting hired to write every fucking single thing. And I worked in an elementary school for the past few years before this year, and he rewrote the fucking Magic School Bus theme song, and it was so miserable watching the new Magic School Bus, which has way less interesting animation and now opens with fucking Lin-Manuel Miranda's voice doing the most Lin-Manuel Miranda type fucking song when they had a ripper of a theme song. That shit banged. Fuck.
It did.
So mad.
It did.
Did y'all know that Miss Frizzle was Lily Tomlinson? Or Lily Tomlin? I'm sorry.
I learned that later.
I had no clue that's who that was. No, I'm going to jump on the 7 train. I know Max said 7.5. I'm going to say a solid 7. Yeah, it was like, it's well written. There was a point where shortly after Hamilton came out, I was like you, Max, I really didn't want to like it, but they like mentioned all the different rap references that were in each of the different songs. And it's a lot. There was a lot of effort put into it.
Yeah.
The people are very talented, clearly. I actually, am I fuzzy? Okay. I didn't like the pro shot very much. Like, I think there were moments where I was like, there's no reason we need to be this close up while you can tell they're doing some amazing dance behind them. I think I probably would have rather seen the dance.
The dance is crazy. The dance in the show is great. It's
crazy good. I feel like, to what you were saying, Jeffrey, Lin-Manuel Miranda did get punished though, because probably I don't know, 4 years after Hamilton came out, he became a meme. Like people were like, wait, he did write it so that he could lead in it, and maybe he wasn't the best option.
Definitely wasn't.
And like his children were in middle school at that time, and that must have been tough to know that
Ooh.
your kids are probably sending memes about you to their friends, just on the principle of you being like a scary, lame man. Tough. So every action has consequence, guys. That's the lesson.
Josh, I'm dying to hear what you thought.
Yeah, I don't care for Hamilton.
What?
I'm not a Hamilton fan.
I don't
not.
believe him.
Biggest reason, Lin-Manuel Miranda's a nerd.
He is a nerd.
And I don't think I'd get along with him.
No.
I do think though it warms my heart to know that Hamilton was a failure, because Lin-Manuel Miranda, I know, shocking, right? Why would he say such a stupid fucking idiot thing to say? Because
That's what I was thinking.
My
because
God.
because it's obviously not a failure, but it was. Here's why. Commercially, huge success. But Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote Hamilton for one reason, and it's because, yes, he wanted to star in a show, but deeper than that, I've seen a couple interviews where he's brought this up, and it's clear as day to me. He talks about Alexander Hamilton as like this guy that he found in history that everyone ignores. And he's actually so interesting because he's from the Caribbean, and he wrote his way out of the Caribbean, and he wrote so well that people loved him, and he was secretly a ladies' man, even though he was short. He thinks he's Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah,
He wanted more than anything in the world for people to watch Hamilton, and then for at least one news person to hear him say like, oh, I love Hamilton because of these reasons. He wanted them to look at him and be like, you're kind of like Alexander Hamilton. And he would have come right there, and we would have had video evidence of it. And it hasn't happened because you're not Alexander Hamilton. You're not. You're a nerd. You're a nerd.
I like how you're
nerd.
I would believe him more if he wasn't smiling.
I think the smiling adds to it. Okay, I think that's a good take. I think he's
4.
4. Wow, 4.
It's
That's
well
crazy.
written. I can't
crazy.
fault it for being like an actual like impressive artistic feat. I just hate it. So 4.
I will say maybe too many more things. You brought up a lot. One first thing. I'm not connected at all to Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm connected very closely to someone who has very close connections to a theater in Chicago that Lin-Manuel Miranda is a patron of and often goes to events for. If you ever happen to see this, I love you, Lin. I was kidding. Put me in something. Second of all, Lin-Manuel Miranda also, this is like, he threw so many rap references there, which is so cool. I'm actually very impressed by his knowledge of rap, but that's who he's impressing. It's white people who like rap references. I think anyone who's actually like rapping and cares is like, I don't give a fuck that he's listened to 10 Crack Commandments by Biggie. But then me, I'm like, oh shit, that's like 10 Crack Commandments by Biggie. And I also, one story, there's a rapper, a Latino rapper named Immortal Technique, who, if you've ever been a 15-year-old boy, your friend has shown you a song by him called Dance with the Devil. There's a big twist at the end that's very dark. And I highly recommend you all go listen to it if you want a bad time. But it came out later. Lin-Manuel Miranda released in an interview that they went to high school together. And Immortal Technique, who's like a big like socialist like advocate now, used to throw Lin-Manuel Miranda in the trash can. Everyone on Twitter went, I'm gonna go listen to so much Immortal Technique.
So he was a nerd in like the
He
1950s
was a nerd. He's always
way.
been a nerd.
Okay.
He's
All
always
right.
been a nerd. Yeah.
Wow.
So there we go. Our consensus is a strong word, but all our opinions on Hamilton. Yeah. Also more fun to see it live. A musical is just more fun to see live. I don't really, whatever.
Can I say one thing Hamilton did that should take away from everyone's score is it empowered older white people to be like, why can't who don't like musicals, who don't like theater, to be like, why can't a white person play Alexander Hamilton in this show?
Yeah.
Why can't they be in it? Maybe I could do
actually-
it. Maybe I should
actually
do it.
think-
And they're like 75. Yeah.
I'm so dope for like representation's fucking sick, and I love that those actors, like, despite the race of the characters, just got to go do it better. Also, can you imagine a rap musical with all white fucking actors? Because I'm sure every community theater production of this in small towns now has that. But secondly, I don't remember what I was gonna say. What the fuck was I about to say? Oh, just I think like the discourse started by Hamilton was not good. I'm annoyed by it. It's not actually like, oh cool, let's like advocate for anything. It's mostly white people on Facebook. That is primarily who started talking about Hamilton. But there we go. All right, we're gonna move on. Now we're going to move on to the reviews. We're gonna go over the specifics. These three freaks watched Hamilton and randomly generated a name, age, and location for their character. Everything else you hear is all them. They used those prompts to create a character and then wrote a movie review in their voice. You'll hear each of them read 4 main sections in character. 1, character bios. 2, get to know you questions. 3, improvised responses. And 4, the movie review. All but the improvised responses have been written for them beforehand. This is also the first time the contestants have seen each other's work. It's a cold read. They very well may have no idea what they're about to say. And I have no idea which of them made what character and corresponding review. The writer is not necessarily the reader, and I have to guess who wrote what. They're trying to trick me because if I get them all wrong, I lose. But if I get even one right, then whichever one of them I score the lowest is the loser. No matter what, someone's getting shafted. There will always be a loser, and losers
get punished.
Thank you for acting out everything I said, Jeffrey. That was a blast.
It's for our people who can't hear it, who are just watching it.
The people who just like the visual elements.
Yeah.
They're like, look at this great production quality, and Max fixing his hair every 3 seconds, and I wonder what room Max and Avery are going to be in this time. I don't know.
The peanut butter gag killed for that demographic.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
They
they
loved that. That
They
was
love
big.
the links. They love the links poster. All right. We're going to start by getting to know each character with a structured interview, do some off-the-cuff Q&A as a group, and to finish it off, we'll hear the reader's movie review. Sorry. Our first reader is Josh. Josh, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
The drama of that.
Oh, he doesn't have to smile the whole time during this. Just so
Did y'all not see him go?
Was that I did not see it.
Okay, I'm not in character right now, so I guess I have to smile.
Yeah.
The drama, first off, it's so much worse than you think. Second, I literally already had a twitch in my face today, okay? And so I'm playing hurt right now. I'm playing wounded. So give me some grace, please. Thank you.
You're like Michael Jordan when he had the flu in that playoff game. It's just as impressive.
Thank you. That's precisely. Yeah. That's what it's like. All right. I'm gonna get sorry. Can you re-intro me?
Josh is the Michael Jordan of this podcast in that he has a gambling problem, and I'm gonna kill his dad. All right. Our first reader is Josh. Josh, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
What's up? My name is Brant Ryan. I was reborn through Jesus the day I turned 18. So in heaven's eyes, I'm 22. But here on earth, I'm technically 40. I'm blessed to live in San Diego, California. And the title of my review is Peace Like a River in My Flow.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Okay. Brant, would you
This is just
Brant, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely, bro. Blessed to be here. Bro, want to know what's crazy? Right before you sent me that text about coming on the show, I was literally just on my hands and knees crying out, Lord, use me as your faithful servant well and guide me to your calling. Then, not even 3 seconds or 30 minutes later, I got your text, and it was like,
What?
I knew God had put in my heart the ability to use this platform for ministry to share my testimony. Yeah. You know, my name is Brant Ryan. You know, I'm a 22-year-old Christian, and you know that I live in California, so I have to work out a lot, but none of that's actually me. 2 years ago, I had a revelation. The revelation that Jesus Christ had chosen me, and specifically only me, for a mission greater than I could have ever imagined. But when God calls you, you answer. So I drained my bank account and abandoned my old life. I abandoned my job. I abandoned my wife and kids. I even abandoned my own name and devoted my life to his mission of laying down sick beats and creating Christian rap under my new name, Young Rap Jesus.
Oh my God. All right, Brant. Well, you mentioned abandoning your wife and children. I'm curious, do you have a significant other?
I'm so glad you asked, dude. After leaving my wife to meet God's call, he has not yet distributed to me a new woman of God to marry and multiply with. But that reminds me of one of my verses.
Oh,
You mind if I split?
split? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm about to split.
What's up? Yeah, the Lord is my shepherd, so I shall not need, but he gave all men desire to sow their seed. So what do we do when there's no woman who pleases the high moral standard of my main guy, Jesus? Pay for sex! Pay for sex! If you use your hard-earned money, then it will not vex God in heaven or the Lord above to use your hard-earned money to make sex, not love. Because love is for your wife.
That's crazy.
Thank
What a
God. Thank
concept.
God we got that.
All right. Yeah, I'm glad we figured out all that. I'm glad we figured out all the tech issues there. Brant, that was an interesting one. Is the song called Pay for Sex?
Pay for sex, dog.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I think you'll find an audience. I think you'll have a good, I think you'll have a good into that. I'm wary to ask, what's the most important lesson you've ever learned, Brent?
Oh, dude.
God.
I've got a major burst for this.
No,
you do.
no.
I could see him looking to shoot.
Is it the same beat? Yes, it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the Lord is my guide, so I shall not stray. But that itching in my penis just won't go away. So what should we do when it hurts to pee? Pop a pill, pay up front, don't disclose your history. Yeah, pay for sex! Pay for sex! If you need relief, no need to make it complex. God in heaven will hear your cry and take your pain away if you get real high.
Don't disclose your history being rhymed with if it hurts to pee is crazy.
Was the you know what? Never mind. That'll be my question. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask?
Yeah.
I think so we've heard two of your songs, both of which actually I think might be called Pay for Sex. What was that second one called?
What's up? Yeah, no.
Part two.
Pay for sex.
Pay for Sex, right.
Part
Brent,
two.
I'm wondering, do you have any songs that have titles other than Pay for Sex? Or is that kind of the main focus of most of the songs?
Are you asking in like a metaphorical way?
Oh my God.
No, I think I'm asking just from
Because that reminds me of a hot beat I'm working on.
No, wait,
No,
no.
Yeah, the Lord is my shepherd and I'm having trouble sleeping. I can't keep up with all these women I'm keeping. My pee is hot and my neck is hot too. My eyes are hot. I think I'm dying of the flu. Yeah, I have a fever and it's ruining my life. I'm starting to see things like my old wife. Yeah, I see her walking by in my dreams while I'm walking down the street. That was my sick beat. Paper sex.
Okay.
Yeah, I was worried we weren't gonna get back to the paper sex part, and I'm glad that even though it didn't feel like it was as cleanly, didn't flow in as cleanly as the others, I'm glad we still got there.
Okay, yeah. Mine's a little related, not so much to the title, but the second verse you dropped for us. Are you said at one point that you're popping a pill? Do you have an STD that you're treating by just getting high instead of going to a doctor?
It's crazy that you would bring that up because as it so happens,
Do
No.
I
not.
have a verse that I've been working on.
Not
No.
okay.
All right, at least start the verse faster. Don't let the whole intro play every time before you start it. Like, start it now.
No, it's not an STD if you never get tested. I've never been tested. I just haven't been tested in a doctor's office. And I won't be bested by the demons that pursue me. They try to get me to go back to my old wife and my kids that I love, but I won't. Because this is my calling, paper sex.
Can we move on from the question portion?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, do you have a question to ask, Max?
No, not myself, not him.
I'm really
maybe
nervous.
I got some questions for God. Brent, if you rap again, I'm gonna suggest you just keep the beat up. You don't have to keep starting the screen sharing again. But Brent, what did you think of the movie?
Oh, dude, I'm a man of God, so I don't watch any secular media. Respect to your journey, but I don't want to go to hell. Young rap Jesus loves you.
Hey, all
Oh,
right.
that was.
There we
Oh,
go.
that-
That was great. That was great. That was my favorite one. All right. Thank you, Brant Ryan. Josh, if you wouldn't mind taking off the hat and starting smiling again. There we go.
Yay, it's back. Oh, I missed it.
How'd everyone feel about Brant Ryan?
I liked how his kind of energy and flow was different from our group at the start, and then when we got to the second rap, that's when I kind of tapped out.
Yeah. He was a nice addition for a second, little novelty.
Yeah.
If you put if you put Ted, if two of the characters were Ted Bundy and then like the teachers who like failed, all the teachers I've ever hated who failed me in school, I would still pick Brant Ryan for kill when we do fuck, marry, kill.
No, I think I'd probably kill Ted Bundy. I think I'd kill Ted Bundy.
I'd fuck Ted Bundy.
That's crazy.
I'd make him good. I'd fix his sex issues.
I'd make him good.
Max said I can fix him. I can fix him, I
Ted.
promise.
I'd have such good. I would tell Ted Bundy, you don't get any more of the good unless you stop killing women.
Yeah. Did he
And
kill
Max
women?
is the good.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm thinking of Jeffrey Dahmer. Sorry.
Yeah, Ted Bundy's a pretty.
This still doesn't make it a better take. Like, I think you think the gender aspect like heals it.
No,
It doesn't.
I don't think either's better. I'd have more fun fucking Ted Bundy. He was definitely less dirty than Jeffrey Dahmer was. But
yeah.
All right. Any more opinions on Brent Ryan?
No, I think I'm good.
I didn't love him.
Yeah, not a huge fan. All right. Right off the bat, I'm gonna try to everyone else guess at home. I'm gonna guess.
Do you want us to guess?
Every time you say that, I think you're asking us for our opinion, and it's
No, I'm
always a
talking
little
to the
jarring.
listeners at home. You guys know who fucking wrote it.
We could guess though.
Maybe.
I'm I'm gonna guess Avery. She's a big fan of Christian rap, so this is right up her alley.
Avery does like
All right. So we have two more. My guess might change. Our next reader is Jeffrey. Jeffrey, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
My name is Waylon Bradshaw. I am 68 years old and I live in Custer, South Dakota. The title of my review is What is Going On Here?
Hey, welcome to the show, Waylon. Waylon, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Waylon Bradshaw. I'm a U.S. Army veteran and a retired welder. I have 4 kids, 11 grandchildren. I watch the History Channel and I want to know what the hell is going on. Hamilton, the musical, is full of inaccuracies, and I'm here to set the record straight. Buckle up, snowflakes.
Okay. All right, Waylon, I'm gonna ask a couple questions first, okay? Waylon, what's the most surprising fact you learned?
I recently learned the founding fathers weren't white. I also learned that they were pretty cool guys, which is funny because I was under the impression that they were rich, white slave owners. But to serve the narrative, I guess scrubbing the script of that fact would make the decision to use an all people of color cast look less like an arbitrary attempt at feigning the impression of a profound statement on contemporary culture, and the whole musical look less like a buzzword-filled ploy built specifically to ship the vanity project of some self-obsessed Puerto Rican who cosplays rhythmic poverty as his full-time job.
Holy shit. I didn't fully follow it. Waylon, but I'm gonna keep going. Waylon, what is your favorite lunch?
I eat a turkey sandwich every day. Thomas Jefferson didn't do so much rapping as he did raping. Alexander Hamilton bought and sold slaves, giving them as gifts to family members like you would a sampler box of masculine soaps. John Adams was the only founding father who didn't own slaves, and he didn't even have a role in the play because he didn't shoot a gun. There's one throwaway line about slavery being bad in the whole show. And then it's back to the painfully ironic, transcendently self-serving agenda of Alexander hippity hoppity don't stop. Okay. There's one throwaway line about slavery being bad in the whole show, and then it's back to the painfully ironic, transcendently self-serving agenda of Alexander hippity hoppity don't stop the ownership of humans as property Hamilton.
All right. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask Waylon?
Yeah, Wayland, what do you do for your profession? What do you do?
I already said I used to be a welder, and then I retired because my blood pressure was getting too high.
Sorry about that one.
I'm relaxing at home with my children and grandchildren.
My bad.
Any
All
other
right.
questions?
Yeah, Waylon, what's your favorite food?
Turkey sandwich! I have it every day! You think I can't think of other food to eat? Any other questions?
No, I'm gonna shut it down there, Waylon. Waylon, what'd you think of the movie?
I didn't wade through rice paddies up to my neck the week I was supposed to graduate high school, so Osama bin Manuel Miranda could 9/11 the already sanitized problematic complexity of our nation's birth. The most violent element in society is ignorance. No gods, no masters, eat the rich.
Holy shit.
Eat the rich, Waylon.
That is not the way I expected that to go. All right.
Waylon was very
Wow.
educated.
I liked him. What did
I
everyone
did
think
too.
of? What did everyone think of Waylon, whatever his name was? What did everyone think of him?
Waylon Bradshaw.
He's still here.
You can go, Waylon. What did everyone think of Waylon Bradshaw?
They had us in the first half.
Yeah, really switched it up on us.
I liked him. I thought he was fun.
Good. All right. Nice.
Thought it
I
was
liked him.
feisty.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and the pure vitriol and some of the way some of those phrases were written, I'm giving that one to Josh on a preliminary guess. We'll see if that changes, but I'd be pretty impressed if I was wrong on that one. All right. Our last reader is Avery. Avery, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
My name is Augustus Bernard Beasley VI. I'm 25 years old and I live in Charleston, South Carolina, and the title of my review is Built for the Streets.
All right. Welcome to the show. Would you please tell us a
Thank
little
you.
bit about yourself?
Yo, yo, yo. What is up, my cousins? I formally introduced myself earlier, but you can just refer to me by my rapper personification, Little Augustus. After I escaped from the hallowed halls of Vanderbilt and my daddy said he wouldn't let me back home until I had made something of myself, I was reborn. I went back to my crib town, Charleston, but this time to the other side of the tracks. The bad side.
No.
I began hustling on the street corner, pushing methamphetamines, if you catch my drift. I did well for myself, obviously, with hard work, determination, and a little seed money from my 500,000 G inheritance. I was able to grow my business into a staggering 530,000 G enterprise. And now my drug business sprawls across the South, from my fraternity brothers still up in Vanderbilt to a couple of cool guys down the road.
This is an absurd character. Okay. Lil Augustus, what is the secret to your success?
Oh, my homies, my
Oh my
crew,
God.
my Confederates. There's nothing I love more than booling with my friends. See, just like my great, great, great granddaddy, I understand the importance of gathering a gang about me, a workforce of partners, a workforce of partners. Granddaddies and my teams, they're all partners. Compensation is, of course, divvied up based on hierarchy, but that's just the way. Same now as back then. Well, no, so not exactly the same. There's more. I pay more now, but that's just inflation. Anyways, they were equals in mindset, in their goal of pushing out a quality product no matter the cost. That sounds so bad. You know what? That's just another question, please.
Okay, Lil Augustus. Lil Augustus, who is your hero?
Not my daddy, that's for sure. He doesn't believe in me. My heroes are the dedicated bloods that came before me, the OGs that made the rapping art style what it is today, all the while speaking truth to power and giving voice to the voiceless. True, they do often say some unfortunately venomous things about our hard-working brothers in blue, but even so, the influence cannot be understated. You know the names: Eminem, Malcolm Miller, Logic, the Beastie Boys, Yellow Wolf, Macklemore, Post Malone, Pitbull, Machine Gun Kelly, Jack Harlow, Lil Dicky, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, you know, the OGs.
I like you including a Samoan and a Cuban. That was interesting.
What can I say? They earned their way to the greatest of all time.
Oh my God. All right. Does anyone else have any questions they would like to ask?
Gentlemen.
Little Augustus, what did you major in at Vanderbilt?
That's a wonderful question. Just like my daddy and my great granddaddy and my great great granddaddy before him, I majored in finance and economics. Because when you start your own business, you have to learn from the bottom to the top the best way to do it. And times have changed, but the basic principles haven't.
Augustus,
Yes.
what's your favorite period in history?
Is this a trick question? Because I don't like to be tricked.
I would never try to trick
Well,
you.
if you really want to know the actual answer, it's the 1200s.
The 1200s?
See, that feels like a trick answer. Okay.
I think it makes some sense. I could see Augustus being a fan of the feudal system.
Things were more exactly. Things were more
Mm.
principled back then.
Ah,
Hierarchy was just hierarchy. It
I
didn't
would
have
ask
anything to
mine.
do with other things.
All right. Interesting. Let's veer away from that, Lil Augustus. Lil Augustus, what did you think of the movie?
Mm. Oh, well, I positively adored the movie. I thought it flew like a G6. The story of my father's father told in a hip urban flow of my newfound family. Absolutely inspired. And who can resist a good old Thomas Jefferson representing us Southerners having made it in the shade? Wow, it's given me a bit of hood pride. And I just and I just don't think that I can keep it in anymore. Hit it, home slice. Hold on.
No.
No.
5, 6, 7, 8. Watch out, little Augustus is on the mic. I'm gonna defeat you, so take a hike. I started from the top, but now I'm down here with all my gangster friends who like drinking beer. These are my soul brothers, my brothers in crime. We're making lots of cheese, but we're not doing time. You better beware, we'll pop a cap in your rear. So you better go and start hiding your rear. So now I'm down here till daddy sees what I'm worth. Once he lets me back home, it'll be scorched earth. I'll go and show my daddy some OG pain. And just like the South, I will rise again.
All right. What did everyone think of our third character, Lil Augustus?
I liked how Waylon, I kind of thought he was going to have some problematic opinions, and then he did not. And then Augustus, I thought was going to have some problematic opinions, and I think he did. And I think he did. So I'm glad that we both
A real
subverted
contender.
expectations and exactly matched them.
A real contender for new worst person. I thought Brant, but now
Yeah, no, I might have changed my fuck, marry, kill after this one. I just want to say this one threw me off because this gave me Big Josh vibes too, and now I'm shooting in the dark with these guesses. I was pretty confident about this one, and now I'm pretty upset. All right, well, fuck, I don't even know who I'm guessing. We had two rap ones. The first one, Pay for Sex. Then we had, fuck. All right, whatever. I'm putting Josh for this one, even though I already guessed Josh, and then I'll work through the rest of it in the next 2 minutes before I'm supposed to fucking guess. All right, now that we've heard all the reviews, let's hear everyone's fuck, marry, kill rankings for the 3 characters we've been introduced to. They are all fair game because they're all not children. Dear listener, don't worry. If they were children, we would kill them. All right. Fuck. I don't know. Someone else go.
This is a tough one. Holy fuck.
I've got my answer all geared up and ready to go. I'm gonna marry the fuck out of Waylon. I'm
Yeah.
gonna fuck Brant, and I'm gonna kill Augustus.
I
That's actually
I
mine.
actually think that's the only answer. I think that's the only answer.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright,
I
next.
will say, I'm not, you just got to be like, it's fine. You can have sex with Brant, just like protection, you know?
And also, I mean, if you have sex with Brant, you're getting money, right?
Yeah,
oh,
he
that's
said
true. He'll
that-
pay you. He'll pay
He's
you.
paying you for sex. Now
And
you
we
might
honestly
get
have-
other
Actually,
stuff.
these are very clear cut. You're right, Jeffrey.
Well,
have an
actually,
in-
I don't know. Is he going to give you an STD though?
Well,
Is
here's the
tricky.
thing. If you protect yourself well and like make sure you know, it's fine, you know, and I'd rather risk that, that's fine, than ever touch Lil Augustus.
I feel like Brant's into some weird things. Like I feel like, you know, he might give up control a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna really run the situation with Brant. I'm gonna kind of overrule anything he wants, and I'm gonna make sure I charge a lot, and he's gonna pay for it.
I think Brant's into reverse missionary.
What's reverse
That's the
missionary?
dumbest thing.
What?
That's,
No, it's
I'm
like you-
angry how stupid
You
this
lie
is.
on your. It's one of
You
you.
lie on
it's
your
not,
back,
you
like
lie
you're
on your
doing
back.
missionary, but the guy's lying on his back.
No. Both of you are on your backs.
Oh,
You're holding hands next to each other.
Yeah.
can you demonstrate both parts of it right now so I can see what that would look like, Jeffrey?
Yeah. Okay. Imagine I'm lying on my back.
Yeah.
This is one. And then the next person is like that.
Next to each other?
Yeah.
Are you just jerking each other off? How are you
Yeah.
both?
No,
Oh,
you're jerking
okay.
each other off.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
Well, now that we've got that figured out, now I have to, before I guess who wrote all of them, I have to blindly rate the writing and reading that we've enjoyed. So the scoring categories are, as always, 5 points for the funniest written review, which review made you laugh the most. 4 points for the best written review, which review was crafted most cohesively. 3 points for the best performance, which contestant really brought their character to life. 2 points for the best improvised response, which contestant gave the best improvised response, and 1 point for the best improvised question, which contestant asked the best improvised question.
He's my
Favorite improvised question was honestly, I think it was just Jeffrey asking if he has any other question songs besides paper.
paper sex.
Yeah. 2 points for best improvised response. Now, Josh, was your first rep to the improvised response, not the second one, the first one, was that one pre-written for you, or did you improvise that?
I improvised it.
Then that is awarded. That is given that. 3 points for the best performance. I'm also going to give that to Josh. I really liked the Brent performance. Liked is a not maybe the right word, but appreciated. 4 points for the best written review. I'm going to give that to Brant Ryan, and 5 points for the funniest written review. I'm going to give that to Wayland. That's where I'm allotting the points. I'm curious about who I really upset here. We're gonna see. And now, as you all record your points, I'm going to guess who wrote each review. Contestants, ready your whiteboards to record your score. If I fail to guess the correct writer, the contestant author gets a point, but if I do find them out, they lose a point. And if I fail to guess any of the 3, I lose. Fuck, I'm not confident about any of these now. Let's start with Brent Ryan. I'm gonna guess that Jeffrey wrote Brant. And then I'm going to guess that Josh wrote Wayland, and I'm going to guess that Avery wrote Lil Augustus, and I'm concerned, but let's figure out where the rest of these points go. Who really wrote Brant Ryan?
I did.
Okay. Who really wrote Wayland?
I did.
Okay. And who really wrote Lil Augustus?
Oh, it's Little Augustus.
Okay, so I flip-flopped Avery and Jeffrey. All right. Everyone hold up your whiteboards with your score. Fuck, I want to win. I want to pick.
I lost hard.
Is that Is that another flip flop with Avery?
Yep, it's just Josh and I. It's just Josh and I that fucking nobody else gets to win or lose. It's just Josh and me.
So that means Josh wins and Jeffrey loses. Well done, everyone, but our loser. For each member of the game show, we've compiled tailor-made. These statistics are crazy.
Literally, I look now. The math is I've won and lost the most times. Josh has won and lost the second most times. Avery has won and lost the third most times, and Max has won and lost. Literally, fucking. I was just saying this. 3/4 of the losses are just Josh and me. It's just Josh and me. 25% is you and Avery combined. Sucks.
And Max has only lost twice. Let's not.
Avery, no, I've lost 9 times. You've lost 4. Don't try to put yourself in our camp of like.
No. I said Max has only lost twice of those 2 things. Like he's.
I see. Okay. All right.
We're not doing great.
Feel like you were like in Josh.
Oh no, I don't think I'm in y'all's camp. Don't worry.
No.
Lemonade and tickling, baby. That's all I've had to do so far.
Oh my god.
All right. So we've compiled tailor-made punishments for everybody. Josh, you can stop smiling. But we can review. Did you smile the whole time?
I did. I really did.
Viewers, if you watch this episode and you notice, send us a screenshot. And if he didn't do it well enough, we'll make one of his next punishments worse. All right. We're going to review our list and find something truly awful for Jeffrey to do. He looks thrilled. Jeffrey, would you please put yourself on mute so we can take a minute to discuss what will be done with you?
This sucks.
What are we thinking? We got to add some more for Jeffrey. We got to add some more.
Let's just come up with one. Let's come up with a short one right now. Let's get brain trust. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it. What's funny? What would be quick? It should be something he has to do on the episode.
I was about to say something like that.
This is how people are. This is how they fold their hats to look cool. And I've never done this before, and I just look like a fisherman.
Well, I will also say it doesn't totally work the way you're doing it right now. Like,
how am I supposed to do it?
I don't know. I just don't think it's the best hat for it. Put it down a little more. No. That is more how people wear it, though. That is more how people wear it, I think. You don't look great. It's not your vibe.
I look like a fisherman. I look like...
You do look like a fisherman.
I look like one of the Kfen people. What if Jeffrey just gets hammered? What if we do, he has to drink?
I was going to say...
Okay, but I didn't want to be mean.
I was going to say a drink one, but I didn't want to make him do that if he didn't want to do it.
It has to be one of 2 things. It has to be either he gets drunk or we do something that is like painful, like it hurts him.
I can do the drunk thing if we record it at a different time. I teach the following day.
Let's save the drunk one. How about he has to smoke a whole pack of cigarettes? Just kidding.
There we go.
He's just throwing up the whole episode.
I have one. I actually think I have one. We do a drinking game, except instead of like drinking, he has to do 10 push-ups. So he has to do the push-ups. But then we're like every 2 minutes he has to do 10 push-ups.
I'm beginning to think maybe you just have like a sexual fixation on watching Jeffrey.
I've looked it up. That's not a thing. I looked it up. Don't look it up. It's not a thing. Can you just post on Facebook, I'm a failure, and then just see what happens? Or here's another one, Jeffrey, if you don't want to do I'm a failure because it's too extreme, could you type like I'm feeling kind of down recently.
Could you give me a compliment?
Yes. Had a really hard day, would love some positive feedback.
Post a positive memory of the couple of us. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. Do that. Yes. That's it. That's it.
Yes. And then we read them and then we review them. That's perfect. It's perfect.
I love this one. Oh, I'm so excited.
Dude, I'm going to light you up on Facebook.
I'm so excited to share a really positive memory that we have together.
I can't wait.
So, Bisk, what's this punishment exactly for Facebook?
You have to post, and it has to be tomorrow. You have to post.
True.
Had a rough day. And these are the words. It can be either had a rough day, had a bad day, kind of feeling down. Let's start with that. Dash, would anybody comment something positive or a fun memory we have together?
This will be my second ever Facebook post. My first one was don't respond to my messages. I was hacked. And then this will be my second ever Facebook post. Okay. Great.
You can do
Awesome.
that. Yeah, I think that's
So
the. I
thrilled
think
about
that's it.
that.
Shall we continue?
Yeah. Josh
All
gets to
right. Well,
choose.
after a very brief deliberation, we've come up with the punishment for Jeffrey that he has to post a sympathy searching post on Facebook tonight. And then by our next episode, he has to read us all the positive memories and uplifting messages that he received for people who wanted to help out on his bad day. How do you feel about your punishment, Jeffrey?
Horrible. I
That's
feel
bad.
awful. That's a terrible punishment.
You know what? You should stop winning and then also having to do punishments. Is you doing this worth all those movies, Jeffrey? Just get a middle thing. Me and Avery ride the middle. We don't get to choose the movies, but I've also not had to post, So
I'm gonna try
I'd
my
like to
hardest
win
every
more, I
time.
think. Yeah.
that leaves us with one final matter, and it's learning what movie we'll be watching next week. The winner has the honor of choosing the next week's movie. Josh, would you please enlighten us with your selection?
Just please. Yes. Oh hell yeah.
Shrek
Shrek
2.
2.
Fuck, yeah, that's a good
Shrek
movie.
2,
That's a good
baby.
movie.
It was recently an anniversary of that movie. I don't remember how many, but like a landmark one.
Good movie. Good movie. That was a good reveal too. That's a nice little poster. All right.
For
How
all
are
of
we
our
all
people
feeling?
who listen, who watch and don't listen, they're gonna love that. That's just
Yeah, they'll get it. They'll get it. That's who Josh did that for. Well, I'm for one excited for that. How's everyone feel about Shrek 2?
I'm jazzed.
I
I'm
love
glad
the
we get to
song.
do another movie in the Shrek universe.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots, now
Well,
Shrek.
everyone in the audience, please feel free to watch along with us where you're dying to. Now, listen, everyone, I'm gay. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's June.
It's not
Oh.
June.
I'm like, I'm not gay enough to say that. You know what I'm saying? All
How
right.
gay are you? Sorry.
Like, I call myself this shout out Anania, this drag queen I know used to call me 80/20. That was my nickname, 80/20. Watch Gaslight Gameshow on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify, and support us on our other platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Patreon. We'll be coming out with a new episode every week, and we'd love to hear from all of you. Comment, reach out, be loud and annoying. We love that. If we raise enough money on our Patreon, I'll be gayer. Just kidding. I'll run you over with my car. All right. Tune in soon for more torture. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, can I share, actually, speaking of Max being gay, can I share something, the
This
feedback?
video of Max sucking 10 dicks in a row.
10 in a row?
One
Oh,
after the
fuck.
other after the other. It's called a
Dude.
train, not a gangbang.
That's
All right. Would
crazy.
you rather, if you had to suck 10 dicks, would you rather suck 1 to completion, 2 to completion, 3 to completion, or do it like spinning plates where you go a little bit on 1, a little bit on 3, a little bit on 4, a little bit on 6, until
Definitely
they
to completion.
Completion. And I assume if it's porn rules, they're like jacking off while you're doing one, right? Or-
they can keep it slightly still going, but they can't finish themselves off.
No,
And
definitely
definitely
to
completion.
That's crazy. You're doing the spinning plates if you're doing it just for like the taste. If you're
Yeah, yeah.
just doing it just
Taste?
for like
You
A
think
little bit of
people?
that.
You think people who like sucking dick suck it for the taste? That's a crazy way to
Yeah.
put that.
yeah. Not for like the taste of the cum, for the taste of the dick.
Yeah, they just like, it's like little bit.
Not the
little bit.
taste either way. It's not the taste either way. But
Then
Josh,
what would
what
they
were
do
you
it
saying?
for?
Josh, what were you gonna say?
I think Avery was going to say something, actually.
Why
Oh,
would they
yeah.
do it then?
Okay,
I don't
we're
know.
done with.
Can I
Jeffrey.
share that comment that I got about the show?
Oh
That
yes.
involves 3 of you. My very dear friend who has listened to and watched every single episode thus far. Saw her yesterday or 2 days ago, and we were talking about the show, and she said, I think the biggest joy that I get from watching this is watching 3 adult men who clearly love each other so much not admit to it and instead take that sexual frustration out in unkindness.
Oh,
And
pretty good.
she
That's
said,
awesome.
watching the three of them do that, sometimes you'll just stare at the camera and it makes her day, apparently. So
The only way I can
That's-
show that I think about you and you're a present part of my life is by like thinking of punishments that are personal to you. And that's the best way I can think to show like, no, you're a present part of my life. See,
Yeah.
look how I know you. I can think of something you'll hate.
but she also wants the three of you to kiss and get over with it.
If we
Have we
raise enough
not?
money, we'll all do like the in the middle kiss.
I
you
am
know?
talking to our listeners. If you guys raise enough money, and I will put a determinate amount on it, the three of them will film a gay porn video and we will distribute.
That's so much more than a kiss.
Thank you for
was
promising
such
that
an-
for us.
That was such an escalation. I'll do this. I'll do the
I
spinning.
promise that
Right.
this will happen.
We'll take turns having like the flight of dicks, like go around us with just two people.
Yeah,
and
I didn't say
lazy
with each
Susan.
other. Calm down. Yeah, it's just
What's it called? Like the skewer, the kebab.
And
Eiffel
if
Tower.
you and whoever contributes the most money gets to be in the video.
Just
the
watch
actual
it.
movie will be called Three Blind Mice.
Because
I
we all,
like it. Yeah, I think that's good.
yeah. No, I don't think we need to unpack that. I think that's
We use the
self-explanatory.
dicks as canes. This is our new promo. Avery doing tech support, Jeffrey gone, and me flexing.